Hello and welcome to USL Today. Week 10 is in the books, and it ended on a high note Sunday night with a great Kings Cup rivalry matchup between St. Louis FC and Louisville City FC. It may be a young rivalry between these two teams, but they played to a fantastic 3-3 draw on Sunday. Certainly lived up to its billing.
Absolutely, and I think there were positives that both teams can take away from this game. For St. Louis, it's the first time they've scored 3 goals in a game this season, and it's definitely a sign that the attacking chemistry within this group is starting to come together. For Louisville, the fact that they were able to go on the road against their biggest rival and come back from being a goal down 3 separate times is very impressive. It's got to be really pleasing for James O'Connor to see that kind of mentality within his squad, and it really sets things up nicely for this Saturday as the two teams meet again at Slugger Field.
Certainly does. Well, elsewhere this weekend in the USL, some big results for teams, none bigger than the Pittsburgh Riverhounds going on the road to get a win against the Richmond Kickers. Possibly their best result of the season so far.
I think it's really close between this and their 5-2 win against Harrisburg to start the season, but you really can't underestimate how difficult it is to go on the road and get a win in Richmond. That hasn't happened very often over the past 4 seasons, and I think it's a sign of the growing stability, the growing consistency that we're seeing out of the Riverhounds lately. It certainly sets things up nicely as they go back to Highmark Stadium for another game with Harrisburg this Saturday.
Definitely does. Well, another team, this one in the Western Conference, looking for consistency is OKC Energy FC. They got a great result at home at a rainy Taft Stadium on Saturday night against Sacramento Republic FC. They eked out, they played through the conditions and got a big victory.
Definitely did, and I think it's got to be really pleasing for Jimmy Nielsen to see his side try and get itself back on track. This was a team that was winless in 4, and to get this result in those conditions has got to be a nice boost. They've got an interesting schedule coming up. Tulsa on Wednesday in the Open Cup, and then Austin this weekend in league play. It'll be really interesting to see if they can carry on the momentum from this victory through those 2 games. Definitely must-sees for me.
Definitely. It is a big week in the USL with the 3rd round of the Open Cup and then a full slate of Week 11 action on the weekend. Stay up to date on all the latest news at uslsoccer.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.